What is up, everybody? How's it going? Hopefully, you guys are doing well. This is my next part of my God of War commentary series, and I'll just be playing more of the game. You might hear a little background noise because I have a fan going on, but it shouldn't disrupt things too much. But let's get back into this. We just finished off with Kratos and Freya at the peak of the Norns. The Norns, sorry, not Norms. And we are about to figure out how to kill Heimdall in a mission to the element that kills Heimdall. So let's see what the dwarves have to say.
Do we have a plan?
The Norns say Atreus will be killed by Heimdall. The plan is to kill Heimdall first.
Oh, wow. Okay, Heimdall. Let's see. Never loses, sees everything coming, unpopular at parties. This won't be easy.
Whatever his advantages, I will overwhelm him with my own.
That's the idea. You gotta overpopulate his senses, see? And I got just the thing in mind.
And this is kind of interesting, is that we never really saw Heimdall have this mind reader look that he can see everyone's actions. In the MCU, we saw this as like what's going to happen in the future, but we never saw him as reading other people's minds. Actually, we kind of did with Loki, but again, this new sense of overpopulating the senses is kind of a cool idea they came up with, because it just shows that it just shows that he can be beaten. Okay, come on.
Drop me. I bloody knew these two had nicked it. And Odin blamed me for it disappearing.
They stole Dropmere.
We didn't steal nothing. We just ungifted what never should have been gifted in the first place.
How will it help me kill Heimdall?
Never you mind all that. It's a fucking surprise. We're artistes.
What's interesting is that, again, Odin is Tyr. And so Odin knows about this now. Now, the thing is, he could have had the perfect opportunity to steal it once he brought it back up.
And now you intend to kill Heimdall. Violence cannot prevent violence, Kratos. I truly thought you understood that.
Like I want you to thought I understood. My son is in danger.
And then this goes into a fate echo as he goes down and down. I thought this was cool and interesting as well, because you're like, okay, what is he going down to? Because again, I thought this was like Freya's underground cave, but no, it's just a tiny little room we get to see right here. And I was fascinated with how many times it has duplicated over the years. Look at all those rings. It's still kind of cool that he knows exactly where it is. The one ring.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you, little one.
And it's kind of cool that he kept track of all those rings. I know it was like 30 different rings right there, but he had his eye on the one. And hopefully he had the right one. Or else, well, it's gone and all that.
I thought you didn't believe in fate. We were all worried about your son.
Enough! Heimdall's a threat, not only to Atreus, but to everyone. He's Odin's left hand, and he carries the horde that begins Ragnarök.
So this scene was just really, really cool, because it was just very interesting, because we never really saw anything like it in the game before this. How you have one item constantly replicating itself. Duplicating, there we go, that's the word I'm looking for.
We'll have to go to Svartalfheim to get the rest of the materials. Not to mention we'll have to visit the lady. Oh. Whew, that's a relief. Ow. Kratos? Whenever you're ready.
Then we are off to Svartalfheim.
What he's on about, brother.
See you out there.
Excuse me, sir. Could I have a moment of your time?
No.
They're all going to blame
Ah,
us.
time to go see
And
the
so
lady. I'll take it
we
from
go
here.
off to Svartalheim, but wait.
This whole thing were my idea. I'll speak to the lady. I never get to speak to the lady.
There are reasons for that.
Brock will go.
What? No, no, no. I have
You
to.
heard him. Quit your fret. I ain't gonna mess nothing. What the? No, you pimp shrimps. Think that'll keep us out? Think the fuck
Because you know that the dwarves are working on something, and they locked the realm out to anyone else. Because Odin was forcing them to build some machines. And so I thought that was a little cool little detail, is that they tried to lock everyone else, but these dwarves have their own way of getting through, especially Brock. He's very, very intelligent and smart, so he knew how to get through that. He's more intelligent than every other dwarf, maybe, and so that's why he could easily figure out how to get through. Same with Sindri, is at the very beginning they figured out a device to get Ramir's eyes to open up the gateway.
on account of being stupid.
And we go.
Brock, where are we?
This here's your stop. Abandoned.
Now this was actually very interesting, because this is like the wine cellars, and I was like, huh, very, very interesting.
He's gone. Sure, he was the right pick for
Now
his
I'm looking at my hack silver. I could have a lot more, but I choose not to do all the side stuff, so I could have had like 12.5 million, but I decided against it.
There. If we keep cooperating, maybe someday it'll be Asgard in flames.
That is not my goal.
Doesn't mean it's not your destiny.
What are you insinuating, Highness?
Not a thing.
Oh wait, I took the wrong way.
Why would he hide in here?
He
My bad.
feared something in these tunnels more than he feared starving.
Hardly
Speaking of
seems
side
rational.
stuff, this is not where I intended to go.
His
I was supposed to go straight.
So, a tunnel for liquor and explosives. Little on the nose for dwarven culture.
And this is, we'll face some powerful enemies down here, but that's the fun of it, you know?
Good hit, brother.
It's the fun of it, right? He's done. Let's continue on, shall we?
A fortuitous
And that's kind of cool. Like, you kind of have to solve different puzzles of the elements around you. So, for example, we'll see more, what do you call this? More... Okay, come on. Nice. Oh, that's a waste of a move.
You're on fire, Kratos!
Thank you very much. I think I knew that. Okay, let's use the spear. Thing is, I love the runic attacks on everything, but the thing is, they have a cooldown. Okay, we'll let him handle that. He'll burn. Okay, let's keep him moving. That was a little slower than I thought in terms of the battle.
Please listen. You have to let me take Brock's place. He can't talk to the lady. He mustn't.
No. Do not ask again.
But... Oh dear.
It's not his fault Atreus ran off you. Or are you just being Brock's champion?
There it is again. You're insinuating and you know it.
Can't the smartest man alive put it together? The Giants conceal a mysterious figure who changes the fate of Ragnarok, and you're oblivious to the only rational candidate.
Okay. I guess there's only one way
who
through.
fought wars against gods and won.
I am not their champion.
Well, we're each entitled to our opinion. These gates seem to be connected.
Wait.
See if you can break that far fixture.
There's a way. I forgot just how. There we go.
It's open.
Then we get to this area. This is like a really big puzzle when I first got it, because you have to worry about the water and everything. We get beat up. Cool move right there. See a little bit more blood, I wish.
That was a bloody heartier sort of grim.
Okay.
These won't be easy tunnels for the dwarves to take back.
Got to. There's water flowing this way.
To get one of those gates open.
No worries. This is the way.
Shall we?
This opinion of yours, was that the reason you proposed this alliance? You expect me to lead your armies at Ragnarok? That is Tyr's job, not mine.
It's plain to see
Well,
Tyr's
the
no
game has
God.
changed, Kratos.
Nor am I.
Tyr is no longer available. He's no longer the god of war in this realm. He's the god of peace. You are now the god of war. You've taken his place. So that's what's interesting, is that even though it's Tyr, technically it's the image of Tyr. Right now, Kratos is the image of Tyr and what happened to him. He doesn't really have a choice. And he just has to accept that. Okay, let's solve more puzzles, shall we? Then you have to... Okay. You have to split the thing. How? There's a way to turn it. I just forgot how. Oh, yeah. I thought there was a way. Okay, first let's do this. Oh my gosh, why am I blinking right now? I saw this puzzle 100 times and it took me forever. I'm not gonna go all the way around. This is not worth it. What the heck? Oh. I have to. I know we have to open the door and get the water over here. Oh, we have to go back. That's why. Go to the right here. Go around. Go through this way. Gotcha. Yes, I know. Thank you very, Captain Obvious. Okay. Now, we go this way. Follow the marker. That's what the problem was. We weren't supposed to solve it just yet.
She was one of the Jotnar.
Yes. I didn't mean she was tall as a house. I know not all giants are giants.
Not that there's anything wrong with the disparity in size.
Okay, now we go back because the water flows the other way. That's how we turn it.
There. Now we can open the other gate.
Why is it you ask?
I was just thinking of how Odin antagonized...
What's kind of cool is that the developers made a way for you to journey back if you want to explore more, unlock more chests, and and just pick up what you missed, you know?
Do not presume to know what she wanted.
I'm not saying anything you haven't thought. Her secrets haunt every step of your path, wasn't it? Maybe if you talked about your doubts,
Oh.
they wouldn't explode when you talk to your son.
I do not doubt. She knows what I left behind. She would never have asked that of me.
Why would she need to ask? She saw your fate. 3 of Odin's kin dead because of the path she put you on. You don't think she knew exactly what it meant, sending you to Jotunheim?
This is mere conjecture and probably quite enough of it, Highness. We're all making an effort
Dang
to
it.
cooperate here, after all.
You're right. It's not for me to say.
Ah, all right.
There we
Let's
go.
get that wheel turning.
Then we go right here.
Oh, bugger. There's 2 of them. And they're angry.
Get some invincibility. No matter how much damage we take, it will not matter for the next 10 seconds. Boom, you're dead. Roasted. Now another one. I will burn 2, but whatever. Finish it off. Keep moving.
Well, ready for some fresh air after that.
I am. Let's get out of here.
I wasn't trying to provoke you or cast doubt on you.
It's funny that they had the strongest monsters come out and fight us at the very end. That's how you know they're about to finish a challenging section, is that you just have 2 bosses and then you just go to freedom.
Whether you're ready for what it means to make this weapon.
There's not really much commentary on here. It's just cool to see the cellars and all. The wine cellars, the beer cellars, whatever they have. And see that.
Meanwhile, I'll see what else I can learn while we're here.
The forge.
Maybe I'll send a few Einherjar back to
Thing is, we were at this place before and it didn't label it as such, but whatever. Maybe they lied about it. Or maybe it's both, I don't know. They decided to reveal it at the very last second. Okay, let's keep moving. More enemies to fight, yay! We're good.
Hang on. Almost got it. There. Well, come on in, stranger.
Never do get used to that trick.
And then this is kind of a little cool, a little section of Svartalheim, the little camp, you know. It's a nice little settlement. Different and secluded of what we saw from the rest of the townspeople down below. They're talking behind our backs, but we don't care. We're just gonna keep on moving. Okay, let's keep on moving.
We gotta figure a way up there and clear them all.
Okay. Now this probably was the hardest puzzle I've had in the whole entire God of War Ragnarok game. This was a really, really challenging puzzle. Because you have to figure out how to raise this elevator.
Grappling up that way. Why don't you look around, see if there's a way to lift this
Right here. You lift the lift by going around. The only way. And you have to constantly do this.
Now we're talking. Hang on, coming around.
noticed the dwarves of the camp were twice as alarmed as
And then we go around
they were to
here.
see you.
It's a really complicated puzzle. I just did not get it because I kept on going up there, thinking I had to go somewhere over there. It's very, very interesting.
Now.
On it.
Oh. I think that's what I have to do.
That got the gate open, but you kind of need to be up here to use it. You dig?
I know. I'm working on it.
He has said.
Then we go up here, and then we have to do it the other way. It's a little bit complicated and tricky every single time.
Turn it.
Copy that.
And then the gate will reverse. And then I think do we have to go up? I keep on forgetting every single time.
There you go. Right on the money.
Turn it again.
Aye, aye. Gate's open.
Okay, yeah. So it's a little bit complicated because you have to go left and right and center. And it's very, very, very complicated. I'm just going to open this chest just because it's here. Why not? We got basically nothing from it.
Well, I think they seen us.
This is kind of interesting how they treat it kind of like a beehive, you know?
Down up to the fort. Come on, the lady's waiting. Hey, got another river. What gets bigger, the more you take away from it.
Well, let's see. Something abstract, I expect. Appetite? No, that doesn't work.
On the bridge. Is it coming down?
Oh,
No, we have to request it.
that's
Oh, no, we just go. And so this is kind of interesting. This is probably the most important conversation in the game in terms of like what Brock has to say.
No, you idiot. The sound of the wind.
How?
Watch and learn. See? Dwarven magic's all about the intangibles. The relationship between the stuff what you can touch and what you can't. It's about understanding.
Understanding what?
The nature of a thing's more important than the form of it.
And that's what they're trying to drill into, is that Dwarven magic is different from the rest of the world. They think differently than everyone else. And that's, even though they're small, they have big brains. And that's what I love, is that even the smallest creatures know how to actually fight and everything. That's why when you see Brock and Sindri fight and assist in helping them fight, it's very different. Because they don't use like weapons. They use rather items and stuff to actually fight, because it's just different. Okay, since I need to kill that bird, I need to do it. I'm not going. That was one of the things I had to come back here and do. It was not fun.
Finally the day. Woo! I got goosebumps on my bunions.
Here we go. And I thought this area was very, very beautiful, because look at this. You got the beautiful waterfall. I'll show it afterwards, but my goodness, you have the beautiful waterfalls on each side, the sun going down, and basically it was very, very cool to see all this. And then they have to retrieve some things. But look at this. Look at this. It's like a giant, giant cavern. And it's just so beautiful because you have the beautiful lake down below and everything about it. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
This lady, what does she do?
Well, we'll both see soon enough, won't we? I know this, though. If we're real lucky, she'll give us a blessing. Doesn't give them to every piece, but the ones she does, there's something to behold.
The axe?
Got one piece, 2 more to go.
Particular process was Maybe sometime I'll spin you that tape.
Get one from there, but we need to return it to him.
He's the only one who ever got my highbrow sense of humor. Damn fine woman she was.
That's kind of a cool thing to call back on, is that Faye and Brock had a cool relationship. I mean, he was the one that made the axe in the first place for her. Way before Kratos, and I thought that was a really, really cool nod.
Days, I'd get so caught up in trying to be the
Right,
best
I was supposed to collect another thing.
I won't drop.
Why am I standing talking about it at him? This is the other material we need, and I think we need one more.
When it's personal, like when you finally get to show the lady who you are.
He never stops talking about the lady, which is very, very interesting.
Wow, Goldie,
He really wants to
give up
visit the
on that
lady.
riddle in a hurry.
I give up nothing.
It's like meeting a celebrity in a way.
The more you take away, is it?
I never get to see, I don't know,
It's desire.
Nope.
Elon Musk. It's kind of like that. It's like everyone else, like Sindri got to meet Elon Musk, but he didn't.
But let's hear your answer.
Oh, you won't get it out of me that easy.
Okay, where's the other material? I thought it was around here somewhere.
All right, let's get
Okay, not 3 materials, 2 materials, my
one
bad.
more crank to turn and it's on to the forge.
I see no forge.
You don't see the form of a forge, but we're going to the nature of one.
I was almost following him for a moment there.
We're good. Crank it.
Now, this kind of reminded me of BioShock, where you go into the sea to actually see the, to see where you're going, you know? Now, we don't see much detail in the sea, but it's kind of cool that this forge is underwater. And we're like, oh, a mermaid? Very much so. Kind of scary looking, but also beautiful at the same time. You know, what's also cool is that what Sentry said before is Brock is kind of dead, so she technically doesn't see Brock, only Kratos in this moment. And then you take Dropnir, take a spearhead, and then they forge it. Into a sphere. But first, she needs the blood of a god.
Final ingredient. The blood of a god. Give her your hand.
So this kind of like the sacrifice, you know, kind of like what they do in demonic culture. You kind of need to give a blood sacrifice in order to finish the ritual. Now it's not as dark as that, but they took the same idea. Now look at this. They have the blood. But look at that. It turns into the Omega symbol from the original God of War games. And she's reading the past of the blood of where it has been and forges it into the final weapon. And it's just so cool that they added that detail from the final and past games. That it has this Greek culture inside the sphere. I thought that was really cool when I first saw it. I'm like, no way! Yes! Bringing back the old God of War Greek games and forging into this new weapon in the Norse mythology. With the music too. Very powerful. Boom. Look at that.
Tell me, Virgin, I almost forgot. Ma'am, it would be an honor if you might bless it for us. Are you, hello? Hello? The fuck was that? She acts like I weren't even here.
Because you're technically
Mermaids
not.
don't speak to our corporeal bodies. They speak to a part of our soul. A part specifically you might be missing.
The thing is, it took us like 10 seconds to get down here, and then he just turned the handle to go up. And now it's gonna take us like 2 minutes to get up, which doesn't make sense to me at all.
I died. I fucking died! The fuck you want?
It needs a blessing.
Yeah, well, the one to give us the blessing just fucked off into the tomb.
It needs the blessing of a great blacksmith.
What?
I thought this moment was kind of cool. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Brock, I realize he has a lot of experience, and therefore it's kind of cool of the words he says to bless the weapon.
Nature of a thing that
And so, listen to what he says.
All right. May this weapon strike true. May it be wielded with wisdom. May it be put down when its job is done.
Great words. He deserves honor for that.
let us return.
And I thought that was kind of cool. But the thing is, notice the spear and the shield. It's kind of cool that you see the spear and the shield, because you know what that reminds me of? Have you ever played God of War Goes to Sparta? And you remember the ending? Yeah, he had a shield, but he also had a spear, and it was armor, the Spartan armor he had. And I thought this was a really, really cool callback. Sorry, let's fight a little bit. And so it literally had the armor of Sparta at the end of Ghost of Sparta. And so I really, really liked that they kind of did a little callback of the spear and the shield. And he once again is a Spartan in a way. Now he's not full-on Spartan, but again, he does have a spear and a shield of what the Spartan he grew up to be. And so he literally is carrying the practices, the weapons of Sparta in the Norse mythology. You can only find that in the Greek universe, and when it does it here, I was just blown away, because it shows his Greek heritage. It shows who the Spartan he was meant to be. And so it was very interesting to see that. Okay, more fighting. Let me take these out. I'm gonna take some damage here. I know. Okay. And then we go over here. Right, a nest. Where's the other nest? I thought we took care of the nest. No, there's one over here. Oh yeah. Double-sided.
Setting off a spear in anything like that's a sure way to alter your circumstances.
I thought that was. Yeah, I need to go over more, I think. No. I'm trying to figure out. I get past this by... It's 2 edges, I know. Forgot where though. Where's the other one? Thought it was like we had to go over here.
You starting to recognize when there's a weak spot?
No? Oh, we have to take out this rock. Right? Again, it's double-edged. I know it. It's somewhere. No, okay, maybe not. I was totally wrong. Anyways, let's keep moving. Just ignore everything I said.
This is belt boy.
Oh, all right. Gets bigger the more you take away. Ah, is it time? Because the more removed from events you become, the larger their scope in your memory. No. Bollocks now that I say it. Never mind.
Okay, let's go.
Them eyeballs taking over the ground. Now let her beat them out. What do you think you're gonna do here? Kill me? Better men have tried. And women. And dogs. That was creepy. Whoa, you sure you
Oh no, I don't have the tools for that yet. But we do have to go up here to get this one. Now the thing is, there's one end, like a side objective right there. But the thing is, I would have to talk to the squirrel to get that.
A bit late for that.
got one last favor to ask of
And so I was really frustrated because I was missing one, and you know where that one was be? Right here. And so I basically had to travel all the way up the forge again just to get that one animal.
Well, for a
I was not happy, but at least I got the platinum. That was not my favorite moment because it was not a fun time at all.
those grandma.
Okay.
watch out!
Okay. Invincible for 10 seconds. Okay, since he's stunned, we can hit other enemies with it. Brock's having a fun time though. Okay, is he still stunned? No. But he is dead. Okay, one more enemy, alright. Okay, maybe not.
Woo boy. That's probably enough heart pump.
Then look at this. Not only is it a cool view, but he's very strong to throw that across literally the other side of the cliff. No other mortal being can ever do that. Not to have that distance. He could probably, a mortal being could probably throw it halfway, maybe even 75%, but not that. And then, who do we see?
Where is everyone?
Now listen to this conversation. I really like this.
I just want to talk. Dad to dad. Speaking of which, imagine my surprise when Atreus came knocking at my door. He's doing well, by the way, and will continue to do so just as long as I return to Asgard sometime soon.
Again, Kratos has so much rage right now.
Has a
But at the same time, he cares more about the safety of the sun.
Run along now, but behave yourself. New spear. Never much cared for Brock. Can't deny the dwarf's talent.
You came to speak. Speak.
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos? All that blood.
Oh, he doesn't want it. but it's gonna happen either way.
I want peace as much as you do. Perhaps we can find it together.
He's lying.
I know.
That boy of ours is everything I expected. So clever, kind. You sure he's yours? A kid, you really ought to be very proud. He is the key to peace in our age, to break free from all this fate and prophecy.
My son is not your key.
Oh God, do they not have metaphor in your home? Or rather, did they? I'm sorry, that's not fair. I know you're not the god you once were.
They didn't really have jokes in the old God of War games in Greece. I don't think I even remembered that. If they did, Kratos didn't really pick up on it.
And what kind of god is that, Kratos? What do you even know of godhood?
Listen to this.
In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you? Can you even imagine that kind of love? No! You don't care about mortals. You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause. You fear what you can never even hope to understand.
Oh my goodness.
Any wonder that your boy is in no rush to come back to you?
Don't listen to him, brother.
Oh my goodness. That music right there, I just have the chills. Because if you know anything and played the old God of War games, you would know Kratos never really cared about mortals at all. In every single line he had, in every venture, he would always kill the mortals to keep on going. And that was very interesting. Like, I know I played a lot of Ghosts of Sparta, but when literally Greece was on fire, when he flooded in God of War 3, when he flooded everything, mortals were in the line of duty. And so it was really interesting that he just didn't care. All he cared about was killing the next god, especially in God of War 3. Yeah, mortals were dying. Like, they were getting slaughtered by so much, but he didn't care. He cared about killing the next god. It wasn't about caring for the mortals at all. And so that's kind of like what we'll see later, is that it just shows that he will have a change of heart later, because it's not really about the mortals for him. It never was. In the old God of War games, it was the last thing he cared about. He just wanted revenge on the gods and to slay a lot of blood no matter what the cost. And so I thought that was very, very interesting that he brought it up. And again, the whole worshipping thing I'll bring up later, but it was really, really cool that he brought that up as well, because if you know and played the God of War games, you would know that Kratos wanted his own throne. He wanted to be worshipped upon everyone in the Greek realm. And here, he doesn't really have that. He's a fresh start. Everyone worships Odin and Tyr, and he's just a newcomer. And when you play God of War 4, you would know that Freya and everyone knew he was a god, but only Mimir knew he was the Ghost of Sparta in his past. And so that's kind of like what we saw in Vanaheim with Freya, is that she kind of knew the god Kratos was after he told her. But again, it's a past that he can't really get back. He destroyed the Greek pantheon, and there was a lot he had to do to come here and learn everything. So that line, I could rant about it forever, but that line was really cool. Of all the things Odin said in that one conversation, and the music behind it just gave me the chills, because it was everything in the God of War games that we saw. God of War 1 and 2, that's all he cared about, is that he wanted to kill the gods. He didn't care about anyone else. He wanted to be worshipped too.
That gravestone. There's a keyhole that looks to fit the hilt you found. And if I'm right, you best prepare for a fight.
Hey, big guy.
Not interested.
that you have a weapon to deal with Heimdall, we just need to find a way to get to him.
Aye, if that's still the plan.
It is. I will protect my son.
So, then it seems the original plan to avoid Ragnarok has fallen a bit by the wayside.
That is up to Odin.
Yes, that's right.
And so again, it's just the thing we realize is that Kratos will care about safety of his son more than anything. He's made that abundantly clear, but he also doesn't want a war. But it shows that he will do anything for his son. Kind of like in Doctor Strange 2, you would know that Wanda will do anything to protect her sons and to go to the lengths to protect it, even though it doesn't mean anything else, and it will mean doom for everyone else.
There he is! Hey! Come show off the spear. See what we done. Now do the thing!
Oh, look at that. She's special, that one.
Ain't gotta tell me.
Have you found a way to reach Asgard?
Not as such. Had a few ideas, but they didn't so much work. Brother, without a way to Asgard, what are we doing?
I do not know. I need to think. I am tired.
So, you're sure nothing unusual happened with the lady? Nothing at all?
Where are you going, brother?
Sleep.
So we're just keeping blindly on then, hoping we don't walk headlong into...
I'll see if I complete this next part, but I might have to pause it in the middle for my recording will end. Kratos has a lot on his mind. He has had a lot on his mind throughout the game, so it's very interesting to him just relax and ponder, because I guess it teaches people what to do in life as well. I mean, if you're stressed and you have a lot on your mind, you need to just reflect, think, meditate. Even a strong god needs to have some sort of peace in his life, and so that's kind of like what he's doing. And you don't see him with any of his armor or anything. It's literally just him bare. You see the chain marks on his arms. You see the scars from his past. You see the pain in his eyes and everything. He needs to think about what to do. That's the bag Faye had her ashes in. You hear the music, you hear the gentle sound of Faye. Focus, Kratos, and achieve what you've been thinking. Yes. You hear the music, and again, I love the music of Faye. In this game, but also the past game. Ba da ba bum. Ba da ba 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 bum.
Kratos.
Now this is a scene I loved. I absolutely love this because it's not about fighting. It was literally to face the past. So cool. This is when he was young, and you can see it. He's not having the scars and everything, and like the wrinkles in his skin.
Your father seems very ready to go. Shall we then?
Then we get to like the lake, and we get to see it's the same beauty you get to see in God of War 4. Faye lived this, and we got to see it in God of War 4, just like we see it here. The very beauty of the lake and what we got to experience with Faye, you know.
You enjoy the gentle waves, little one.
And this is really cool because this is right after I'm guessing she has given birth, and it was literally shows the Kratos' nature along with Faye's very different from each other. Faye has a very kindness and very gentleness in her voice. And Kratos wants to raise him as like a Spartan, as a warrior. So he doesn't really speak as much, considering his past was very different from Faye's. And you could see that throughout this whole interaction, is that you could see that Kratos is very thinking a lot. He has a lot on his mind. Not in this moment, but he's just thinking about the new son, Atreus.
We nearly took each other's heads off.
It also shows the past, not exactly what happened between Faye and Kratos, but it shows like what happened and how they all met and everything.
Unfortunately for you, he remains dreadfully stoic.
This kind of reminds me of the boat ride you saw in God of War 4 as well. Because Faye is in God of War 4, Faye was replaced by what was her name? Athena. Athena was in that place, and he had to ponder and think about what's to happen.
That will fall to me as well, since all he seems to be good for is grunting.
And so it's really cool that we have this more peaceful scene rather than a storm in God of War 4 where it was created by Atreus when he was sick. And rather it's still just peaceful, quiet, calm. Very different of what we saw in the past game.
Let him know.
That was what I thought of this scene. It's really cool. The colors they had in the atmosphere, the birds chirping in the background. It's really cool. Of like you just get to see this peaceful scene between Faye and Kratos because it shows what they really need to do.
The mighty god of war, frightened of his own child.
I do not fear our child, Faye. I fear for him.
He cares about the safety. He cares very much about the safety. It's the number one priority of Kratos. That's why he was training so hard in God of War 4, and even to this game. He cares about the safety and he wants to protect the child at all costs and make sure he is protected in every fight.
We must be better.
Then they get to this darkness scene. I'm like, ooh, something's gonna happen.
Atreus is our future. Keep him safe, Kratos. Protect our son.
Chills. The music right there, so beautiful. Again, it's the theme song of Faye. So it's really cool to see all that. Perfect. Again, he knows what he has to do now, whatever the cost. He's not happy about it, but he cares more about Atreus. So that's, you kind of see anger in him about what's going to happen. And I like this transition as well, just like the knife earlier. Look at this. And it changes. Kratos' hand straight into Atreus' hand.
What did that wall ever do to you? Building focus. Something my father taught me.
It work?
Not yet.
So, what you focusing on anyway?
Controlling my emotions. Heimdall keeps trying to make me lose my cool.
What's interesting is that he's at the bottom of the hill rather than staying in the lodge up top.
Through. Hey, it's through. Hey, be cool.
Training without me?
That a good idea? Training? I mean, I think it's a great idea, but won't your mom be mad if she finds out?
Good point. But did you consider...
No, it didn't. That didn't hurt, also.
Anyways, grandfather wants to see you.
Oh, grandfather. Right, okay. Here, then take this. And, send my regards to Sif, Lady Sif. And Atreus. See you later. Thrud. Bye, Thrud.
Midgardian boys are so weird.
Weird can be good.
The two of you. That's right.
Okay, a couple minutes. I think I have plenty of time.
What's in the jar?
Milk curd. Mom's favorite. It's his way of helping. Grandfather's in his study. Catch up later?
And then we get back to Atreus. Yay. Okay. So that will conclude this part, and I will continue in the next part. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. And with lots of love and respect, I will see you guys next time. Peace out and bye.